everyone, it's Antonia Marquis Fountain, and this is the LYLO movement.
LYLO, LYLO, love yourself, love others.
The LYLO movement is a movement that I started years ago that stands for Love Yourself, Love Others. It is my passion to remind us all of our magic. We are all miracles, and I want to do all that I can to remind you and encourage you and inspire you to tap back into your superpower of your divine, beautiful love that is ingrained in you. You are made of love, and the love that you are made of is unique, and the world needs it. You are needed in this life. You exist for a reason. You're here on purpose, and that is because your love will change it. Your love will uplift us. Your love will teach us. Your love will spark our love. Your love is so, so beautiful, and you deserve to know your own love and to feel your own love. When you start here, when you start with yourself, and you keep reminding yourself that you deserve it, you deserve to feel your love, then you begin to walk even more and more in your purpose. And your purpose is simply for you there listening, watching, to authentically exist. And to authentically exist is to honor your joy, to honor your love, to honor your power. To authentically exist is to showcase your diversity and grow other people's empathy and grow your own empathy, because the more that you discover about yourself and the more that you unlock from yourself and that you understand of yourself, then the more that you appreciate that in others and you see that in others. I believe in us. I know that this superpower is something that we all have because, again, we are made of love. It's something we cannot forget, no matter how much some people try to. It's there. It's waiting for you. I've said this before, but it's waiting for you. It's like, please, please let me do my thing. I want to shine. I want to show. I want to express. I want to exist fully without limits. I don't want to be suppressed. Your love is literally begging you to tap into it. Life be overwhelming. And the idea of, honestly, anything self-care wise can also be overwhelming as well, because you're like, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. This is happening in the world. This is scary. All of this is going on. But I just want to remind y'all that your self-love journey does not have to be perfect. It is not a blueprint that you follow from someone else. It doesn't have to be anything that you don't want it to be. It doesn't have to be anything that doesn't feel true to you. It can be in all of the little moments of your day. When you're brushing your teeth, that's something that you have to do. You can use that time while you're there, and instead of just mindlessly brushing your teeth, you can be present in that moment, close your eyes, and think to yourself what you love about yourself, what you love about others, what you love about the world, what you hope for in your day, how you want your day to go. You can use that moment as a moment of intentional presence. You can fill that moment with so much power. When you're eating, when you're making food, when you are on your way to work, when you're on your way to school, when you are laying down about to sleep, when you wake up. It can be in any moments of your everyday life, those things that you do on a daily basis that sometimes you can fall into, going through the motions of doing because it's just something that you do every day. You can be intentional in those moments, and you can use those moments to feed two birds with one hand and literally pack in the moments with love. Know that you are worth the loving thoughts. Know that you are worth those moments. You are worth presence. You deserve to feel joy in this life, and joy can spark from you, and others feel joy because of you. Your presence is absolutely amazing. You are so beautiful, and your energy uplifts us all. So please think about that. When you're taking these moments, think about how monumental these moments truly are. How much it's going to change your life and the life of those around you, the lives of those in your presence, because your vibes, your frequency, your joy is going to spill out and people are going to feel it. Whether or not you interact with them, your energy is going to be flowing off of you when you exist in this life. So just know the ripple and the impact of you. You here on purpose right now. I want to challenge you to accept, to have acceptance for you right now, and to have acceptance for you in every right now. So this right now, this right now, this right now, and every right now that was, and every right now that will be. I challenge you to find acceptance in your right nows. When you give yourself grace, the more that you are on your self-love journey and you practice intentionally that self-love, the more grace and understanding you give yourself, because you understand more about yourself. You're like, that makes sense. And that's how you grow, by acknowledging it, by dissecting it, by understanding yourself, by spending time with yourself, by being a friend to yourself and loving yourself, giving yourself the love that you'd want from someone else. If you want others to understand you, why don't you deserve to understand you? You 100% deserve to understand you. So when you start learning yourself more, you give yourself grace. And when you give yourself grace and understanding, then you are no longer keeping your thoughts and your heart and your presence stuck in the past, where you're running your mind through what could have been, what you should have done, what happened, what you didn't want to happen, what you did want to happen. You're no longer stuck there, and you're no longer thinking about the future with anxious thoughts of, how will this go? Is it going to go bad? Is it going to be in my favor? Is this going to happen? You're no longer thinking of those, you're just thinking about now. You begin to have more acceptance for your past self and already start to show acceptance and love for your future self. And both of those things matter so much, because your past self already happened. You cannot change it. It happened and you are here right now. So your past self needs that love, because all it has is what it has. No amount of hate towards yourself or judgment towards yourself is going to change it. But what can change it is the amount of love and acceptance you have for yourself, because by loving your past self, you are loving yourself now, because you know that everything that you went through, everything that you've done, brought you here. And here is where you begin to love yourself, is where you're on your self-love journey. And here needs you. It needs you to have compassion for you. And your future needs to know it doesn't have to worry about you judging it. It needs to know that through the inevitable change, you are still going to be here, honoring you, giving yourself grace, letting your heart lead. Your limitless possibility does not need to be squandered or suppressed. It didn't even happen yet. Everything that's going to happen didn't even happen yet. So it needs you to love yourself through what happens, and love yourself for what happened, and love yourself now. I know you can do it. And again, you deserve to feel your love. You deserve to give your past that deep breath that it so deeply deserves. And you deserve to give your future that deep breath that it deserves. Through all of this and all of these right nows, you are still you. You are here. You exist. Through the changes, you are you. Let yourself experience the changes without the harboring of regret and hate and fear and anxiety. As much as you're able to control it, practice self-acceptance of all the right nows. One thing I love about myself, just because I've been thinking about it lately, because I recently released my new album, Recollect. And if you haven't listened to it, I highly encourage you to, because I did, after all, make it for you. Something I love about myself is no matter what anybody else thinks, I am my own pop star. I've been doing music since 2008. I was inspired by Jason Mraz because I saw how he used his music and his platform to spread love and peace. And I was like, hey, I'm passionate about love and peace. That's the thing that invigorates me and makes me feel the most alive. And I'm pretty good at singing. And at that time, I played violin and clarinet. I was in chorus. I was doing musical things. I just never thought about being a singer, even though I sang all the time and loved listening to music. But he encouraged me by being an example and representation of how you can use your recognition. And I was like, okay, I want to do that. And ever since then, I have been doing my thing. I made videos on YouTube since 2006, where I was spreading my message just like I am now. And then I started doing covers after 2008 and singing on YouTube, and then entering contests, singing contests. And then I started going to open mic. And through this whole journey, even when I only had one subscriber and it was my childhood best friend, David, I saw myself as a pop star. Disney Channel was my life. So I've always been like, I may not be on Disney Channel, but I am Disney Channel. I have the confidence and expression and magic of a pop star, of a rock star, of somebody famous. So even though I'm not famous, I am my own pop star in my head. There are so many points in my career where I'm like, I should have been famous. Like back in 2017, I was in a YouTuber's video. I went from having only 500 subscribers on YouTube for a decade that I grew myself and I'm very proud of, to having 150,000 subscribers overnight. And that was very overwhelming. Just getting a taste that wasn't even famous, that was YouTube famous, and that was overwhelming because I was like, I want to respond to everybody. I want to say thank you to everybody. But I feel so much like at that time, if there was a point where I could have been famous, that would have been the time. I was very honed in on who I was, which I always have been, but like who I was at that time, which was like roses, red, singing about taking love seriously. So people knew me as the red roses love girl. And I had my red wigs on, and it was a very bold look that I feel like works with the music industry. And I had songs out that were super cool and that I was proud of and that I made myself. And I feel like I could have been famous at that time, but even though I kind of was on the internet, and it kind of even showed in real life when I would go to a store and a couple of young girls would come up to me and want a picture, and it was super sweet, and then I'd take a picture with them because I thought it was super cool. Even though that fizzled out, to me, I'm always my own pop star. I see myself as a pop star, even if I'm the only one that listens to my music or reads what I write or watches these videos. I am inspired by myself. I listen to my music, I read my poetry, I watch my videos, and I'm like, you got a good point there. And I make myself proud, and to be honest, I don't care about making anyone else proud. I only care about making myself proud, and I do, and I inspire myself. And every time I inspire myself, I just become even more myself and feel even more invigorated to live in my purpose and give my heart to the world and believe in the world and show the world that I care and I believe in us. So all in all, I love that in my own eyes, no matter what happens or has happened or whatever, I'm my own pop star. I'm like, I put Spotify on me and my husband's TV, and I see my little photo on the screen, and I'm like, I'm on TV. It's so cool to me. Or even just as a kid, I jumped through hoops to try to figure out how to hook up my iPod Touch to our TV with a green screen or internet or something so that I could somehow get a video of me on our TV. And now it's so easy. Now I pull up this YouTube video on the TV and I'm like, I'm on TV, and yeah, like my mind is blown because, like I said, I used to record on an iPod Touch, my music and my videos. So seeing this quality, seeing the possibility and how everything has changed and how easy it is to create and put yourself out there, it's so cool to me. And again, I am my own pop star. I will forever be geeked out about myself. And I inspire myself, and I'm so proud of myself. One thing that I love about someone else, my someone else is going to be the engineer that mixed my new album, Recollect. His name is Torin, and his Instagram name is Metaphorically Spoken. What I love about him is how much he speaks life into people and how passionate he is about what he does and how he just gasses up his clients and friends. It's so great. There's a person that I originally was going to have mix my new album, and it didn't go well. That person was very rude. They blocked me, then they found me on Instagram. They called my music bad, and then they said I should get a job. A real job. So after that, it didn't discourage me, but I was like, dang, like, you really went through all that just to try to put me down? But little does he know that I'm on a mission to spread my messages of love and peace. And if he would have listened to the music instead of just judged it, then he would have known that. And he would have known that I love him too, even though he does not love me. Anyways, around that same time, Torin, the engineer that mixed my album, had reached out to me because a client and the friends that I work with, he's his engineer. So Torin reached out around that time and he was like, hi, I just wanted to say I love mixing, your vocals, and he had a bunch of nice, kind things to say about me. So when things went not so cool with my first engineer, I was like, oh, Torin reached out to me recently. I know just the person. So I reached out to him and I was like, I have this album and I really need it mixed. And he's used to mixing rappers. So this was kind of a challenge for him. And he took it on. And not only did he take it on, but throughout the entire process, he was kind, he was encouraging. He was talking behind my back in such a loving way about my music and how it makes him dance and sing and how much he enjoys it and how talented I am, and so many kind things that meant so much to me because it was such a different experience from the last engineer and him. And I tried to explain to him how much it meant to me and means to me, how much love he shows. And you can hear the love in the music. That's what wasn't doing it for me with the last engineer. I couldn't hear the love. It just felt like I was just on an assembly line of songs. But with Torin, he really wanted to get it right for me. He really wanted to bring my vision to life. And I appreciate that so much. I appreciate him wanting to bring my vision to life, him wanting to honor my music and my message, and him wanting to understand me and what I like, how I like things edited, how I like things highlighted, and actually understanding my messages. I've told him that the reason it means so much is I have trauma with music. Like I said, in 2008, Jason Mraz inspired me to use music to spread my message. But music has always been a tool for me peace and love. My messages are my passion. Music is something I enjoy doing when I want to, and it's not my passion. So from the start, anytime it's felt forced from anyone outside of me, it does not feel right. It's not enjoyable. And in the past, I've had experiences where it was forced. And if I didn't give into the force and the control, I'd be scolded or ignored, or an argument would happen, or I was used for my music, or I was secluded for this person to use me for my music and give excuses to others why them and I shouldn't collaborate, that only me and this person should. And just so much stuff that did not feel good. Just so much stuff that I went through because of this person in my past, trauma related, that hurt because I was in a relationship with that person, but was so hard because I already wasn't passionate about music. I was passionate about my message. And growing up feeling like I was on a different wavelength with these messages that kids are just like, I don't know, I just kind of want to play a game or something. And I'm like, yeah, but let's talk about equality. All these messages can feel like a very secluded experience, for lack of a better word, to be on a wavelength of love. And I have been my entire life. So it's already kind of nerve-wracking to be brave enough to share these messages when so often people don't listen, people judge you for it, people don't get it, they're not ready to hear the messages. So me being confident and brave enough to use music as that tool for as long as I have, in spite of the trauma that I've gone through since then with that person in my past, I'm so proud of myself. And I also know how heavy it is on my heart to do so, and how much energy it truly takes for me to do it. And I'm not even in a professional studio making the instrumental. I'm not doing all of the hard work that so many others do. But to write and to sing requires feeling and pouring of energy and tapping into the collective consciousness and being present and awake. And that takes so much energy. And all of that while pushing through trauma and stuff, it takes a lot. It's very overwhelming for me. But once I get it going, I'm like, oh yeah. I'm doing it. And now it's here. And it's here because Torin, metaphorically spoken, helped me and encouraged me and actually cared about honoring my message and doing his best for my music and making sure that I was 100% satisfied before he was done. So what I love about him is how meticulous he is, how encouraging he is, how he speaks life into people, and how he cares. You can so hear that care in the music. Thank y'all so much for watching. If you'd like to be in my next LYLO video, you can send me a video. It can be however you want. It can be vertical, it can be horizontal, it can be long, short. It can be quite literally anything, where you're just saying one thing that you love about yourself and one thing that you love about someone else that you choose. And it's been a while since I've gotten videos from others, but it truly brings me so much joy when I do, because I want to use my platforms and my channel as a place to showcase representation of all different types of beautiful, diverse humans, just as I have in the past. Because sometimes all it takes is one person to feel represented when they see someone else expressing love that looks like them or sounds like them or is from the same place they're from or has the same thing that they have. It's so important for me to showcase our diversity in that way. And people need you and you need you. So if you could please take a second to record that video, I would so much appreciate it. But most importantly, could you please take a second to just, no video, think of what you love about yourself and what you love about someone else. Thank you, and I love you. See you soon. Bye.